Welcome to this June 12th edition of What's Happening in Crypto, broadcasting to you from New Zealand and bringing you all of the latest. Bitcoin under $7,000 still. We are seeing a bit of green come back into the market, but that will do little to ease the worries of investors who saw a pretty brutal weekend. But of course, Bitcoin is still worth one Bitcoin. On to our first big story of the day. Binance announces Euro trading and UK exchange license. Boom! That is really big for Binance. Of course, that move to Malta allows them to now easily access the Eurozone. Not surprising, of course, that they are choosing the Euro as their first trading pair. It'll be nice to see them get the US dollar in, since it is such a popular international currency to be trading with. However, this is a first step, which is very encouraging. Euro trading will be enabled later in the year. Cryptocurrency proves USD's status as the reserve currency is fragile, according to $250 billion asset manager. It's actually really interesting to see that cryptocurrencies offer such a potential for these cross-border payments, for international transactions, and considering that the US dollar hasn't always been the reserve currency of the world. In fact, it changes all the time, and it's going to change again, especially considering the politics attached to using the US dollar and the way it's been used as a tool for leverage in the past. You can really see that countries like China and Russia are ready to move away from it, not to mention, of course, many other countries which are perhaps a bit exasperated with having to trade oil, for example, in dollars. Now, we are still a ways away from uncoupling the global economy to the US dollar, but I think cryptocurrencies do offer an interesting alternative. Dennis Rodman, yes, the basketball player, we're talking about that guy today. He is going to Singapore for the US-North Korea Peace Summit. Now, why are we mentioning this? Because Dennis Rodman shows up to the airport in Singapore wearing a potcoin.com t-shirt. Keeping it classy, Dennis. Oh, man. Ethan Hawke says movies are an art that has been completely eaten by business. Totally agree with him here. We are seeing a situation now where Hollywood largely keeps pushing out the exact same films over and over and over again. It's actually getting quite difficult to find really interesting, innovative, thought-provoking, compelling films that challenge your perspectives of the world. And this is what film is about. Film is an art form. And I love the concept of film as an art form. How many times do you need to see the Superman or the Spider-Man origin story retold again and again and again with a different actor? Because that's what Hollywood does. They just keep rehashing the same ideas over and over and over again because it plays well at the box office, because it is an economic imperative for them to keep making these movies that return money to their shareholders. And hey, I get it. They got businesses. They got to watch out for their bottom line. But it's not really delivering the best results to regular people. By the way, has anyone ever seen that Before trilogy that Ethan Hawke starred in? Before Sunset, Before Midnight. That was a really cool film series, speaking of Ethan Hawke. Anyway, I'm mentioning this because there are so many cryptocurrency projects which are aiming to disrupt the film industry as we know it now. One of those, of course, is Elastos. They are doing a meetup in Hollywood with the guys over at ViewChain, Fresco Network, and Weatherblock. But ViewChain in particular, looking at this disruption model. Can you imagine the future of films where we have crowdfunding for films where you can get a token of that film and potentially receive royalties for investing in that film? That's a pretty cool future. And of course helps small projects actually get funded without having to go through a gatekeeper like Kickstarter, which takes a decent percentage of your money. The guys over at Livetree are still working on it too, even though they didn't get as much attention at their ICO as probably the idea warranted. The guys from Livetree are out there. They're going to Cannes, they're going to film festivals. They're reaching out to the community in film, trying to get this industry disrupted. And of course, we did already have our first blockchain movie. This was a quantum dApp called The View, who came out and put this forward. So it's happening, guys. So first we start off with a few drips, and then a few drips becomes a stream, and it becomes a river, and then it becomes a raging waterfall. It'll happen. This industry is ripe for disruption. The number of women eyeing crypto investing has doubled since the start of the year. Welcome to the party, ladies. This is a very encouraging statistic to see so many women hopping on board and getting more interested in cryptocurrencies. Crypto is for everybody, of course. CryptoBriefing.com, by the way, a great source for ICO reviews if you're ever looking for some information. They are covering a story about a new hardware wallet. It's called Trove by the company named Layer. This is it. It's quite fashionable. Actually, looks like a bit of a stone, but it's a wristwatch variety. They also have a pendant variety. On the one hand, you're kind of wearing your crypto wallet out there for everybody to see, but on the flip side, it's pretty cool fashion. Wells Fargo in the news. This is a great story. I am so happy the banks are out here to protect us. Wells Fargo bans customers from buying cryptocurrency with credit cards. Thank you, Wells Fargo. I'm so happy you're watching out for us and trying to protect us from these volatile assets. Oh, where would we be without these banks to protect us? Wells Fargo, of course, citing that due to the multiple risks associated with volatile investments, that we want to be consistent with the industry, and therefore credit card customers can no longer use credit cards to purchase cryptocurrencies. Well, it's so nice to see Wells Fargo protecting their customers. If only there were some news story that was recently out there that would show the complete hypocrisy of Wells Fargo in doing something like this. Oh wait, there is. $1 billion fine being levied against Wells Fargo. Now, what did they do to deserve that $1 billion fine? They started 3.5 million accounts in their customers' names without their knowledge. But you need to be protected against cryptocurrencies, guys, because they're bad. It sounds like if you are a Wells Fargo customer, you need to find a new bank. Because not only are they actively trying to screw customers through things like this, and then hypocritically banning you from being able to buy cryptocurrencies. Wowzers. Good times, Wells Fargo. Lithuanian government releases ICO guidelines that aim to create certainty and transparency. These Baltic states just keep leading by example. Lithuania has been a big player recently, seeing many ICOs coming out of Lithuania, as well as, of course, the Vilnius Blockchain Center. LA Bitcoin trader faces 30 months in jail for illegal money business. 50-year-old Teresa Tetley, who worked under the name Bitcoin Maven, made at least $300 a year from trading on localbitcoins.com. Apparently, some of those Bitcoin that she traded were at some point involved in drug trafficking. Now, I haven't seen the court documents. I don't know the ins and outs of the case. Obviously, the drug war is a ridiculous and pointless exercise in criminalizing something that doesn't need to be criminalized, but that's one side of the story. The other side of the story is that we have seen quite a few local Bitcoin traders in the United States locked up. I see a story like this every couple of months where someone who is a local Bitcoin trader and maybe does high volumes like Teresa did go into prison. I think that the peer-to-peer nature of local Bitcoins is frustrating perhaps for local authorities. And look, there may have been some dirty dealings going on. Again, I did not see the court documents, but this is a worrying trend. I guess it makes services like Coinbase more attractive, but still. Crypto startup Walla is reaching Africans with Ethereum micropayments. Another encouraging story coming out of Africa. 6,300 daily transactions currently, 57,000 wallets across Uganda, Zimbabwe, and South Africa. This is a team that is on the ground introducing people to cryptocurrencies and making it happen. That's how it's done. The guys over at IOTA, proof of concept on how to transfer trusted software over the air to vehicles, can be securely documented using the Tangle. This is a great story for IOTA overall to see this Volkswagen partnership really starting to come to fruition. This is going to be big for IOTA without a doubt. A reminder about the Elastos giveaway. The Elastos team has given me a whole pile of Elastos to give away to you guys. So what you need to do to be in to win, go to last Friday's news video. Thumbs up the video. Leave your Elastos address. Make sure you watch the Elastos interview as well. Leave a thumbs up over there. Get over to Twitter and hit the retweet as well. We have a separate competition going over there on Twitter. So many ways to win and an easy way to get some free cryptocurrencies. A call out to all musicians and sound artists. In my weekly live stream, I'm going to start doing a featured artist or a featured music. So please, if you are a music creator, I would love to hear from you and feature your music to help promote the community and promote people out there who are trying to be independent and trying to create their own way. So if that's you, send me a message at cryptolark@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. If this message resonates with you, help our community grow by sharing these videos across social media. Leave a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think about any of today's news stories in the comment section down below. Join the conversation over on Twitter. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.